Go figure by Anna von Reitz. There was always something about Arnie Rosner and his website, Scanned Retina, that didn't add up. First there's the website name, Scanned Retina, very tech-oriented, big corporate-sounding, Defense Intelligence Agency spy crap, Intel associations. Nothing patriotic about it, but plenty of CIA, DIA, DARPA overtones. And then there's Arnie, a little crippled Southern California Jewish guy in such bad shape he doesn't go out much, at least that is the story he has given me. So why is he so angry and embittered? Bad military experience? No. Attacked by IRS? No. Lost his house in a bogus foreclosure? No. His kids were put in foster care by the Goons? No. I know a lot of people who have a lot of reasons to be angry with the government, but I could never figure out why Arnie was always screeching like a wet cat and skating the edge of openly advocating violence. Well, that is what undeclared federal agents do, isn't it? Stand on the sidelines and egg other people on. Play upon the real grievances that other people have to get them riled up and goad them into doing something stupid, so they can be arrested or shot. And Arnie's often vehement angry rants do come off as overplayed, like hamming up the act sometimes? Sounding more patriot than patriot? That's typical of federal co-option agents, too. Just like Michael R. Hamilton did with the Colorado Nine. Just like the snitches did with Schaefer Cox. So something didn't smell right about Arnie and his website, and neither have his reactions to me. Oh, he was gung-ho in the beginning, but when he found out that he couldn't manipulate me into advocating violence for him, he dropped me and my articles like a cold potato and tried to get other websites to drop me, too. Then, that wasn't enough, so he got on the bandwagon and tried to discredit me with the whole Vatican agent rumor-mongering, and when I gave him multiple proofs that wasn't true, all things that he could check out independently for himself, he didn't do so. Now, I am sorry, but when you go on lying and spreading gossip about people when you have been given proof otherwise, that's willful lying and the actions of a dishonorable man. So I have gone my way and let Arnie go his. But here's another thought. What if Arnie is a progressive Democrat in bed with Nancy Pelosi? He is a Southern California Jew. The Federal Reserve is 80+% owned by offshore Jewish banks. The Dems are fighting abolishment of the Federal Reserve and the IRS tooth and nail. And it was just reported this week that most of the Dems in the Congress have dual citizenship in where? Israel. So what if Arnie's real game has been to give Pelosi an excuse to call for UN intervention? Some kind of stupid rebellion or insurrection or civil unrest that she could use as an excuse? The progressive Democrats have tried to get something like that going for years. They've tried everything without success: black against white, haves against have-nots, Muslims against Christians, Jews against everybody, and nothing has worked. So here's Arnie, plugging along, trying something started, some kind of fight, signing up thousands of guys, for what? To give Pelosi an excuse to ask for UN Corp mercenary help. To set things up so a lot of innocent Americans get killed and the arms dealers make money and the Federal Reserve continues to steal us blind for Jewish banks worldwide. That's what I believe Arnie Rosner is up to, and Thomas Deegan, too. Here's Deegan, an Irishman, who pretends to hate the Roman Catholic Church. Okay, so maybe he's Protestant Irish, but that means he is allied with the British government, and thanks to all our research we know that Britain has been bilking us silly for decades. So that sure doesn't make for a Protestant Irishman to be on our side of the issues, does it? It doesn't add up. Okay, well, what if he is just a disillusioned and embittered Catholic? Lots of those around, but no, that doesn't ring true, either. Disillusioned Catholics are disgusted by the pedophilia and the betrayal of trust in spiritual matters, the Holy See's corruption and slavering after gold, the Church's part in stealing our identities as babies, and many other issues, but they don't have any great quarrel with the Jesuit order per se. So why is Thomas Deegan accusing me, of all people, of being a Vatican agent and a Jesuit? And why continue to make these false claims even after he, too, was given proof that I am a Lutheran and no more a Jesuit than the man in the moon? Let's see, when Lucifer tried to kill me several months ago, he was in the company of 5 IRA generals. I take that as good proof that the Irish Catholic Mafia put the hit out on me. And why would they want to kill me if I was one of their own? If I was a Jesuit mouthpiece, why would Irish Catholic IRA generals want me dead? Hello? Again, no matter how you play Thomas Deegan's story Protestant or Catholic, he doesn't add up. A British-hating Irish Protestant? A Jesuit-hating Irish Catholic? Nah. But how about this? Thomas Deegan is the Jesuit in the woodpile. Then, suddenly, everything makes sense. They always accuse their opponents of being what they are. So the Jesuit accuses me of being a Jesuit. They always accuse their opponent of doing what they are doing, too. So he accuses me of lying, when that is what he's doing. He went right on spewing all this Vatican agent stuff long after he had cause to know better, didn't he? Just like Arnie Rosner, another willful liar. Assuming that Thomas Deegan is the actual Jesuit in the mix, the other pieces also fit. He's all upset and angry because 5 of his pals in the Catholic IRA bit the dust in a fight with me. And as for helping Arnie stir the pot, and get some incident going that would excuse a UN intervention, the unsavory elements in the IRA would stand to benefit greatly from that, because the UN employs them as mercenaries and lets them deal arms on the side. And the Jesuits would try their best to blame it all on me, if I were stupid enough to support any such thing. Just like I drew a line in the sand with Bruce Doucette and formally cut myself apart from what he and the others were doing and sounded the alarm and told people not to do what they did, I am doing the same thing now. I was alarmed this evening to learn that several thousand well-meaning veterans and others have gathered under Arnie and Deegan's banner. I am warning you all here and now that you are falling into a trap and playing into Nancy Pelosi's hands, into the hands of the Jewish bankers, and into the hands of the Holy See. And I have warned you and begged you all not to give Pelosi any excuse to do anything but stew in her own juice. What is truly needed is for our men to come home to the land and soil jurisdiction of their states, to repopulate our rightful jural assemblies, and take up the controls of this runaway train. This is a matter that demands correct action and calm heads and a firm grasp. We need to enforce the public and organic law against these criminals, but can only lawfully and correctly do that by reclaiming our lawful birthright political status and operating our state jural assemblies to accomplish the mission objectives more or less set forth in the sample mission statement I submitted to the jural assemblies. The very worst thing we could do would be to give these vermin any excuse for violence, because that is what they want. Both the progressive Democrats and the evil elements in the Catholic Church are trying to egg us into doing something stupid, and so is Arnie Rosner and so is Thomas Deegan. Imagine that? I would call that a one-to-one correspondence and ask everyone to do the math and join their state jural assembly instead of getting involved in anything these two tools are pushing. Nobody has to fight with anything sharper than our wits and a pen to restore this country to its rightful condition. Put your energy and time and money into rebuilding and restoring the government of the people, for the people, and by the people you are owed. If Arnie and Thomas want to fight, let the two of them suit up and duke it out bare-knuckle, progressive Jewish Democrats against Irish Catholic Jesuits. Should be quite a match-up. The rest of us need to get home and tend to our own long overdue and neglected government business. Please hit subscribe, like, share and get ready for many more Anna von Reitz videos.